With Real Madrid announcing Xabi Alonso as the successor to Carlo Ancellotti, this marks a real turning point into the style of coaches Real Madrid usually go for. And one of the biggest questions is, how will Xabi Alonso set up Real Madrid? So in this video, we're going to try and answer that by first looking at the blueprint he developed at Bayer Leverkusen and how that will translate at the Santiago Bernabeu. Let's get into it. About a year ago, I made a video on Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen and how he transformed them. So if you want a full breakdown, you can check out that video. But let's do a rundown on his time at Bayer Leverkusen. When Alonso arrived at Bayer Leverkusen in October 2022, the club was set 17th in the league, and it being his first coaching role at the elite level after his spell at the Real Madrid Academy and the Real Sociedad reserve team, it was a huge gamble to appoint him. But he turned it around, with the team finishing 6th and qualifying for Euro, and we saw the first signs of a top coach developing, as he was able to adapt tactically to the players he inherited to develop a style of play that suited them. This quote outlines it well when Alonso said, "I'm not a fundamentalist who demands that we play a certain way, or that's the only way I will ever let my team play." Last year we weren't a possession team, we were a transition or counter-attacking team, and that was completely different this season. And this is what makes Alonso special and probably perfect for Real Madrid. In his second season, after a brilliant summer transfer window, he led Bayer Leverkusen into an unbeaten season, leading them to their first Bundesliga title in history and a DFB Pokal Cup victory, and also reaching the Europa League final, only losing to Atalanta, all while playing a brilliant attactive style of play. Here's the tactical blueprint of Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen. Alonso typically used a 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1 formation, with a flexible back three, dynamic wingbacks, a double pivot, and a fluid front three. Some principles of Alonso's Leverkusen included central ball progression. Leverkusen often built up in a 3-2 shape, pushing their fullbacks high and wide. The back three was the foundation of the team, with the central centre-back Tar as an anchor of the side, and the wide centre-backs were given freedom to carry the ball forward. Leverkusen's main transgression was creating central overloads, with a box midfield of the double pivot and the two interiors. Xabi Alonso's playing career allowed him to play under some of the best coaches of this generation, and with that experience, it definitely influenced his style of play. And from his words, this is how he described his style of play. As a coach, you need to adapt to the skill set of the players you have, while also keeping your own ideas and principles, which we have already covered. He continued saying, "I'm more of a positional guy. I want to press high and recover the ball quickly, but above all else, my priority is control. The more my team controls the game, the more comfortable I am," which very much describes the coach under the same mold as Pep Guardiola. But there's a slight difference in his view of structures. As he said, "We don't talk much about the 3-2-2-3 or the 3-2-4-1. It's more about what we think might happen in the game and where we should be to get an advantage." So, Alonso is a positional coach, but he also gets what a modern style requires, which is a level of freedom given to the players. And this relates to his in-possession philosophy. When building from the back, Alonso's team weren't a direct vertical team. Instead, they would patiently build from the back in their 4-2 shape, waiting for the right moment to attack. In central possession, Alonso's team adopted a 3-5 structure and relied on their midfielders like Granit Xhaka and Palacios to control the tempo, progress the ball forward, and also protect the backline, with Florian Wirtz as the creative outlet. In the final third, Leverkusen will look to attack from wide areas, with Alejandro Grimaldo as a complete wingback on the left and Jeremy Frimpong as a winger profile, offering width and speed on the right. Out of possession, as Alonso has said, he wants a high press and to recover the ball quickly, and his Leverkusen side definitely reflected this. Alonso's team pressed with intent and adopted a similar style to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, with a zonal press, using pressing triggers and traps to force the ball wide. And this well-organized, not reckless press is reflected in the numbers, with Leverkusen PPDA only 8th in the Bundesliga. Leverkusen's counter press was very efficient, as upon recovering the ball, they will look to attack quickly, and this is reflected in the high regains they achieved. Overall, Alonso's time at Bayer Leverkusen showed his biggest asset, which is his tactical flexibility and maturity. And I would describe him as a more principle-based coach rather than a system coach. Now let's discuss how that translates to Real Madrid. With Carlo Ancellotti leaving to take the Brazil job, Real Madrid had a decision to make: either go with the coaches they usually go for, who prioritize individuals, or go with the coach who prioritizes the collective performance of the team. And they've gone with Xabi Alonso, who brings both concepts together. So how would he set them up? As I've mentioned, Xabi Alonso is a principle-based manager, so assuming that he will just import his Leverkusen tactics to Real Madrid will be wrong. But we have seen reports saying Alonso plans to continue with the back three. So for this video, we're gonna use that template, but I wouldn't be surprised if he uses a back four. In the 3-4-3 formation, this is how I see Real Madrid set up. A back three of Rudiger, Tchouameni or Asensio and Folomeni. A double pivot of Camavinga and Jude Bellingham. Fran Garcia and Trent Alexander-Arnold as wingbacks, and a front three of Mbappe, Vini Jr. and Rodrigo if he stays. In possession, the first conundrum for Xabi Alonso to solve is how would he use Trent Alexander-Arnold in the right wingback spot. At Leverkusen, he had Jeremy Frimpong, who is more of a winger profile, so using Trent that way wouldn't make sense, given his profile being a ball progressor. Instead, we might see Trent invert into midfield, pushing Jude higher and Rodrigo holding the width on the right in the 3-2-5 central possession structure. This would utilize his elite vision and passing ability to progress the ball forward. And this structure also allows Rodrigo, a winger profile, to play out wide with Jude Bellingham in the half space, to use his vision to create, but also to arrive late into the box to score. One of Alonso's Leverkusen key success was their build-up play, as they look to play slow and patient, looking to draw pressure, then play vertical to attack quickly in their 4-2 build-up shape. And I would expect at Real Madrid to see the same. But to achieve this, it would require some slight tweaks. At Leverkusen, Frimpong would be positioned high and wide on the right, on goal kicks, to pin the opposition fullback. But like we've said, Trent is not that kind of player. So I flipped the concept to the left-hand side with Fran Garcia, plus the combination with Vini Jr. This could be a dangerous side for Real Madrid. And on the right, Trent will position deep in the fullback position, using his passing range to play the speedy forwards Real Madrid have. Out of position, Leverkusen weren't an all-out attack pressing team. Instead, they were a very well-organized pressing team, which is what I would expect to see at Madrid. One area I expect to improve is Real Madrid's counter-press, as this was a key advantage for Leverkusen, and we will see a more controlled Madrid. Overall, I expect Xabi Alonso to give Real Madrid a tactical identity, as he had said. Coaching, we want total control, both with and without the ball. Our style will be proactive and energetic. We have to be flexible, dynamic and adaptable. While Carlos Ancellotti gave them freedom within a framework, Alonso will bring clarity by implementing a tactical structure with clear build-up patterns, a structured press, and more control, which will only elevate an already elite squad into the next area of domination. So, Xabi Alonso has proven with his time at Bayer Leverkusen that he's not just an up-and-coming manager, but an already elite coach. And I'm really excited to see what he does at Real Madrid. So now, we wait and see. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Do you think Alonso will be a success at Real Madrid? Until next time, take care.